And like with the drone show, beautiful one.
Yeah, they have that later night.
Oh no, this one actually is for concert. This for concert. That one is for the drone show. So there is a guy who's gonna sing here.
Yeah, in end of the month.
Yeah,
Also
Kalbum
out.
and
Also
many
out.
others. Kalbum Al-Sahr, he's one of the best.
Is Egyptian local? Arabian?
Yeah, he's Arabian, yeah. GCC. طيب. So, I think there is a couple wait remaining for us to start. Before I start, is there any question?
What are the meanings of the stairs? There are some fronts.
This one?
No, there are front entrances and then there are stairs.
There is something written.
Similar to this one, but it goes
Up like staircase.
There.
Like there.
like
yes.
that one, yeah. Actually, if you notice, this one, similar to it. That's where we took this design, but I'll talk about it.
Which
طيب.
one?
This one. This one here. It's similar to that one. And I'll talk about this and that because it's connected. So, welcome to our second stop, which called Jabal al-Banat, or the Girls' Mountain. And it's a local new name. We name it upon this area. And it has a reason for calling it that way. And you can't blame us, blaming it that way. It's because owning one of these beautiful facade is not something easy. It's not like Nabatin walking by and says, oh, I want to own a tomb, and everyone grant him one. No. It required a lot of time, money, and effort. And there is some woman whose their tombs here in this area, they owned it by themselves entirely, including the financing bit, design, inscription also mentioning their names. And owning them, actually, it's an interesting story to talk about. And we can imagine it as Muhammad Abloui, he wants to own one of these. At the first, I have to find a blank side of the rock. A blank side, like it will be, there is no facade either near it or can interrupt the carving. When I found this, I have to inscript my names upon the blank side that Muhammad Abloui will have a tomb here. Everyone will recognize that. Then I have to go and negotiate with the stone cutter. Agree on the details, the price, the duration, how many will be working on it. When we agree on that, they will start carving the facade from top to bottom. And from top to bottom we shall talk. Start
Wedges or any other weapons?
Yes, the tools they've been using is chisel, hammer, pickaxe. Lucky for Nabataean people, they were in the end of the era of the Iron Age. So metal tools is available,
They use
but
the
it's
bones,
expensive.
Bones.
Bones?
Bones, fingers.
No, metal tools. So chisel, hammer, and pickaxe. So they started from top what seems like stairs. But Dr. Lucy disagree with that. Dr. Lucy, as I mentioned, she's a decoration archaeologist, has a PhD on that, says this is not a stairs actually. This is a Mesopotamian pyramid, but instead of keep it as a pyramid like you see here, so you can actually see it here or in some of the facade. Instead of keeping it as a pyramid, they just cut it in half, then flip it, where it will be asymmetrical with the both sides. Below it, there is two popped out decoration. A cornices, as we refer to it. The first one below what seems like stair, so I refer to it as a stair because it's easier to do. Below the stairs, there is popped out decoration, horizontal one. This is actually an Egyptian inspiration. And below the Egyptian, there is another one, a Roman inspiration. You know, trade route wasn't only transporting a product, it was transporting culture too. But brilliant people like Nabataean, they know if they didn't add their own touches, what will happen to their identity? What will happen if they didn't add their own touches? Their identity will disappear. So the both pillars on the right and the left of the facade, the capital of it in the top, it's a Nabataean original design. Which if you notice, it's like an eagle, a bird.
Where is the head?
And where is the eagle? In the center. The center, there is the eagle, the headless eagle, or the headed eagle. And actually, funny enough, there is a manga writer in Japan who inspired this and put it in one of his stories. At least that's what he tease us about it, that headed eagle in Saudi Arabia heritage places. Below the eagle, and I'll talk about the head in a minute, below the eagle there is a, if you look to the right side, there is a face on the right side. Sorry. They put a face for a reason. They borrowed this face as a protection. So if you look to the facade there, the triangle has a face in it, the second facade there. That actually it's a protection sign, but a protection from what? What could damage this, or what could
Water.
do something here?
Wind.
The inscription above the eagle mentioned that. So if you look above the eagle, there is a square. This square, it mentioned who's the owner, who will be buried inside this tomb, who carved it, and there is the prohibited things to do. There will be a curse or a fine for who's opened it, enter it, rent it, sell it, without a permission from the owner. And we can know two things from this. The first thing, it says the owner because it can be inhabited. So their successor can inherit these facades, control it, the owner of this one. The second thing is that they might be renting, selling for these facades. So when someone owns this, can resell it later and can rent a space for someone whose his facade is not finished yet. Until his facade finished, then they move the body there. And talking about bodies and burial methods, before we head inside, I want to answer your question about the headless. So there is no, for the head, it's missing for most of the facade. There's no registered event for individual or a group who did that on purpose. But if it happened before 120 years. And the reason I said 120 years, because Hussein Assouveniag, who was lucky because the Hijaz Railway who came here, or Hegra Railway who came across this area, they transport their equipment with them, their cameras. It wasn't like this one, it was equipment that hard to carry. So they took photos, and these photos was the head with the eagle through that head. So there is no evidence, but the theory from the sculpture says that the weakest point is the neck. So we're going to remove it first. I have answered a question.
Somebody cut. Ah.
गैस नहीं करते
You can come inside, no worries. My sister will come now later maybe. They are busy. Dying. I mean, the space is big. You can go around.
Anybody owns this place?
Unfortunately, there is no inscription tell us who's the owner, so we can go and ask.
Oh, that's right.
Unfortunately, I would have liked. I mean, this is one of the best because it has many, except for the inscription. No inscription. طيب, you can come closer. You can give space. Come near me. It's okay. I'm not any social. Yeah, I can understand. So, طيب. We are inside one of the tombs where, if you notice, it's different from outside. It's not as beautiful as outside. And that's normal. Some people don't like to be spending more time and money on something that them only can see. So there is two ways of sealing the tomb. It's either the permanent or the temporary one. The permanent would be with the sandstone, the temporary with a wooden door. Difficult to combine. And bury dead people, we learned it. 10 years ago, there is excavation happened here in Hegra where we excavate one of the tombs and we found the remaining bones that relate to 80 different individuals. You heard me correct? 80. One of these bones or remaining bones is related to a woman called Hinat, daughter of Wahb. Hinat is 150 centimeters high. She's in middle age, around 40, and she taught us the funeral practice for Levantine people. And where we set a scale, and it's difficult, we say mummification, non-mummification. Nabatean wanted to be in the center. They didn't do mummification, so they don't extract the organs nor the brain, but at the same time they want the body to last as long as they can. For that they came up with the mixture, a vegetable oil acid and a resin. Mix it together, apply it on the skin, and between 3 different layers above the skin. So they lay down the body. Yes? Non-mummifying, no. So they lay down the body, they apply the mixture, cover it with the first layer, which will be wool, the animal hair. What do you think that wool color?
Animal hair is sheep hair.
No, the color.
Brown.
Black,
And this is same. That's
brown.
Red. Red. Orange. It's red, yes. Yeah, that red. Then cover the, put the mixture again, then cover it with the second layer, which will be shredded linen. Cover it with the mixture, and final layer, which will be leather. They tie it with the leather rope, carry it from the city in the leather carriage to here, where they can slide it in either 3 different ways of burial. A cell burial, similar to the catacombs, if you are familiar with it, where you slide the body, sealed it out with sandstone, then sealed it out with the plaster. Or a bit buried. Well, it's not small. I am 170, this is 170. If I am small, wallahi,
They won't bury, they put in the slab, huh? They put in the
I
slab.
want to. 170 this one. So, this is 170. Or a bit burial, usually carved within the floor of the tomb. Sometimes there is a chamber where it can hold the cask or the coffin itself. Inside it, wooden one, as we found some of the remaining cabins. طيب. There is a question you might have in your mind. It's Muhammad Bluey won't get any taller or smaller. My height won't change, and if it changes, it will change slightly. So I can do one for me here, and I'll be buried inside it happily.
This will be
طيب.
closed or will be the big open?
If you know, I'll give you a chance to ask. طيب, but Muhammad Bluey don't know his children when they're gonna die. Small kids, like here, or an adult. Correct? And this is where these cell burial come from. While preparing the body, they carve these, which takes a couple of days. And this is the brilliant about this tomb.
Only couple of days it will be disappear or?
Couple of days to carve it, to finish it.
Before the.
Yeah. The whole tombs take from 8 months to 3 years, but these two take only a couple of days to finish it, to prepare it at the height of the dead person. Finally, we are actually standing in 2 tombs, not one. What you see out there, it's a door leading to a 3,000 years old tomb, as the latest research. And this door, it's an Nabatean door, 2,000 years old. And you can see the difference in the chisel sides, where the top they use the chisel, and the bottom they use the pickaxe actually, it's not a chisel. So the trace is different here. 3,000? 2,000. Any question? You do have now. What's your question?
My question, the ones they buried, they will be filled or closed?
Close, yeah, yeah. But this one, no.